Hello everyone, welcome to NeetBuddy. Today we are going to provide you with 15 MCQs from the topic that you're seeing on your screen. So the practice of these MCQs will give you confidence and you would be able to score better in the coming NEET exams. So without wasting much time, let's get started. Question number 1. What is the basis of classification of hydrophytes, mesophytes, xerophytes? Option A. Availability of water. Option B. Tolerance to light. Option C. Tolerance to temperature. Or option D. Tolerance to frost and rain. Basis of classification into hydrophytes, mesophytes, xerophytes. The correct answer is option A, that is availability of water. When excess of water is available, it's called hydrophytes. When intermediate amount of water is there, the adaptation is mesophytic adaptation. And when very little amount is there, it's known as xerophyte. Question 2. Heterophilous plants are common among option A. Free floating hydrophytes. Option B. Submerged hydrophytes. Option C. Amphibious or emergent rooted hydrophytes. Or option D. Suspended hydrophytes. Heterophilous plants are common among. The correct answer is option C, that is emergent rooted hydrophytes. Question number 3. Macroclimate is controlled mostly by factors associated with option A vegetation, option B flatness of terrain, option C latitude, or option D longitude. The correct answer is option C, that is latitude controls the macroclimate of an area. Question 4. In which of the following habitat does the diurnal temperature of the soil surface varies the most? Option A. Desert. Option B. Grassland. Option C. Shrubland. Or option D. Forests. Which of the following habitat does the diurnal temperature of the soil surface varies the most? What does the diurnal temperature variation means? There is the greatest difference of temperature between what is seen in daytime and what is seen in nighttime. The correct answer is option A. In deserts, there is greatest degree of diurnal temperature variation. Question 5. Plants growing in saline soil are called as option A. Lithophytes. Option B. Heliophytes. Option C. Oxalophytes. Option D. Halophytes. Plants growing in saline soil are called as. The correct answer is option D, that is halophytes. The name itself is giving it away. Halophyte. Halo means soil. Phyte means the organism growing out there. So the plants growing in the saline soil is halophytes. Question 6. Some organisms resemble others and thus escape from enemies. This is called as option A. Mimicry. Option B. Variation. Option C. Analogy. Or option D. Homology. Some organisms resembles others and escape from the enemies because of that resemblance. This phenomena is called as. The correct answer is option A. Mimicry. Question number 7. Which of the following is not a type of growth pattern seen in a population? Option A. Expanding. Option B. Stable. Option C. Declining. Or option D. Exponential. Which of the following is not a type of growth pattern seen in a population? The correct answer is option B. Exponential. There is no such growth pattern seen in a population as exponential growth pattern. It can be an expanding population, it can be a stable population, it can be a declining population. Question 8. The leaves of rainforest get rid of heat mainly by option A. Radiation. Option B. Conduction. Option C. Convection. Option D. Evaporation. Leaves of the rainforest get rid of the heat mainly by. The correct answer is option D. Evaporation. Question 9. The silvery hair on the surface of leaves of desert plant and the body of desert insects function to. What is the function of the silvery hair found on the surface of the leaves of desert plant and desert insects? Option A. Reflect solar radiation. Option B. promote convection, option C, promote evaporation, or option D, increase the ratio of the surface area to the volume of radiation? The correct answer is option A. It reflects the solar radiation. This is an adaptation of the insects and the plants that are found in the desert. Question 10. Plants of desert soil are option A, succulent, option B, heterophyllous, option C, herbs, or option D, shrubs. Plants of desert soil are. The correct answer is option A, succulent. Question number 11. Which of the following could be devoid of roots? Option A, hydrophytes, option B, mesophytes, option C, epiphytes, or option D, parasites. The correct answer is option A, that is hydrophytes may be devoid of roots. Why? Because hydrophytes are already present in water, and what's the function of roots? It's for absorption of water and giving stability to the plant. So the hydrophytes can absorb water without using roots. So there may be absence of roots in hydrophytes. Question 12. Orchid growing as an epiphyte on a mango branch is an example of option A, commensalism, option B, parasitism, option C, amensalism, or option D, mutualism. Orchid growing as an epiphyte on a mango branch is an example of. The correct answer is option A, that is commensalism. The orchid is getting benefited from the mango branch. However, the mango branch is neither getting any benefit nor getting any disadvantage, right? So this type of relationship in which one organism gets benefited, the other organism is neither harmed nor benefited, is called as commensalism. And what is amensalism? Right, in amensalism, one organism is harmed and the other organism is neither benefit nor harmed. Question 13. Cuscuta is an example of option A, ectoparasite, option B, endoparasite, option C, host, or option D, commensal. Cuscuta is an example of. The correct answer is it is an example of ectoparasite. Option A is correct. Question 14. Which of the following organism breeds once in lifetime? Option A, Pacific salmon fish, option B, oysters, option C, pelagic fishes, or option D, copepods. Which of the following organism breed once in their lifetime? The correct answer is option A. Pacific salmon fish breeds only once in their lifetime. And another example of this type of organism is bamboo. Bamboo also breeds only once in its lifetime. Question 15. In which of the following condition will the population density increase? Option A, increased natality, option B, increased mortality, option C, increased emigration, or option D, decreased emigration. The correct answer is option A, that is increased natality. Now for answering this question, you need to know what each of these terms mean. So natality means number of organisms that are born. Mortality, number of organisms that are dying. Emigration, remember E for exit. So number of organisms that are moving out of a given area. Immigration, I for in. So number of organisms that are moving into an area. So with decreased immigration, fewer number of new organisms are moving into the area, so the population will decrease. With increased immigration, as more organisms move out, the population density will decrease. With increased mortality, as more and more organisms die, the population density will decrease. So the correct answer is option A, increased natality. With the increased number of newborns, the population density is going to increase. So those are the MCQs for today. We'll see you guys again tomorrow with another set of MCQs at this very place, this very time, from the next chapter of class 12th NCERT biology. We are doing the daily biology MCQ test series over here, where we are providing you MCQs every day from one of the chapters of class 11th or class 12th NCERT biology, so that you get a lot of practice before the coming NEET exam. So we'll see you tomorrow. Till then, all the best and keep working hard. Do like and share this video if you find it helpful, and if you're new out here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.